guys, welcome back. It's Shelby and today we are making a gorgeous tiara headpiece suitable for New Year's. I might just wear it for New Year's, I'm not sure, but in general just like a fun, funky, spiky headpiece. There's something about New Year's though, and it's coming up, that just makes me want to go all out with like glitter and stars and like giant headpieces. I wore one last year. It was so cool. It lit up. I will actually link it above if you haven't seen it. Because it's just like, it was the best thing ever, and literally everyone kept trying to snatch it off my head because it lit up. It was like all stars and it was so cool. So this year hopefully is just as cool, but basically I'm just going for kind of like a spiky icicle snow queen type of vibe. So that's what we're doing. I have a headband, metal, metallic, and then I have these two Christmas ornaments. A lot of my projects around this time of year have to do with Christmas ornaments because they're very versatile and cost effective, and most of them are beautiful. So they're a great crafting resource if you haven't hit that up. Swizzly icicles in this kind of silvery gold shimmer, and then their counterparts, swizzly icicles. They're a little bit fatter, they're not quite so harsh of a swizzle, and they're just like super metallic gold. So I'm gonna alternate these on the headband and some hot glue, which I have chilling in my hot glue gun holder. If you guys haven't seen this, check out the video, I will link it above. And yes, I'm promoting it hardcore. I did it in another video as well, just because like I love this thing. So easy to make, total crafting game changer. Make yourself one of these. You can buy them on Etsy, but like save the money. It takes a couple dollars to make your own. So I will link that video down in the description along with my socials, along with everything you need to make this craft if you want to make your own tiara, and we'll just get right into it. So I'm basically just lining up where I want each little icicle on my headband. The icicles are not 100% the same length, even with, so the bottom of this one's very round. This one is like round, and then it's got this little like attachment thing, which you can't even attach to the tree because it's not 100% poked through, but that's okay because we're not hanging it on a tree. But when you line them both up at the base, the metallic one is still shorter than the swizzle one. So I want the glitter one up at the top. So I'm thinking 3 of these and 4 of these. And yeah, basically what I'm gonna do is just start with my one right here, make it like a little unicorn horn, and then I can just space the other ones out going down. So I'm going to start just with a ton of hot glue. I mean, not like a ridiculous amount. You're gonna have to reinforce this quite a bit. So just get some hot glue on the icicle just because of the way it's shaped. Like it's not gonna hold right away. You are gonna have to reinforce it. So we are going to try and get this as dead center as possible on top of the headband. As you do, let the hot glue kind of drip down. If it needs to, let it dry a little bit. It's not quite there to hold itself up yet, but it's getting there. So kind of like, ooh, it's a little bit of a balancing act. Hot glue's not quite dry yet, but that's okay. So I'm going to flip it over a little bit because I don't want the hot glue dripping everywhere, but I do want it to seal around the headband. It's kind of naturally falling down and creating this little seal around. That's what I want. Just means less reinforcing later, so I'm gonna let it do that. But yeah, you can see it's kind of starting to hold itself up already, which is great, but it's wobbly. I don't want it to wobble, so I'm gonna let it basically just kind of get itself in place a little bit right now, pinch everything around, wind the hot glue around, and then I'm gonna go in and reinforce it. Once it's completely dry, right now I just kind of need it to hold its space, hold itself up, so that I know where to put the other ones. I'm thinking we're gonna get them all on, and then we'll go into the reinforcing stage. So next up, I'm going to be adding my metallic icicle. You can see it's got that little, tiny little notch up at the top. That's not gonna work for hot gluing. I need it to be the thick of the base as possible. So I have a multi-purpose tool. I will link these below. If you don't have one, get yourself one. Trust me, game changer. And I'm just gonna use it to break it off. So these are plastic, snapped pretty easily. I just put my thumb over it where it was snapping so it couldn't possibly shoot back on my eyes at all, but you can see nice and flat. Here's the little knob that wasn't gonna work. And then here's the nice flat kind of icicle. So I'm just gonna do that for all of them. Like they're plastic, they're super easy. Just put your thumb over the back and like maybe look away or wear goggles or just close your eyes or something, just in case something snaps back on you. But yeah, they snap off pretty easily. They're plastic. So these things are great. I use these for like literally almost everything. They're fantastic. now that you've got a nice large base, and that also makes these like way shorter. So these are definitely the accent pieces, not the main pieces. Put a big old dollop of hot glue on the metallic one. And then we're gonna decide where on our crown we want it. Since I want 4 of these and another 2, I want it pretty close, so I'm gonna do that, I think. And then just kind of let the hot glue, because it's super melty and gonna wrap around, just kind of rotate it a little bit so it's wrapping around the headband. You can clean it up later if it's too thick, but this is just gonna give it a nice good seal. Wrap it all the way around so that it's kind of encased. Like I said, we'll reinforce later, but this is just a good kind of way to get it drying like that. Hold it till it's dry and it can hold itself up. So I'm gonna get my other one onto the side here, and I am officially losing the light. I can tell just looking in the camera lens. I've been rearranging my lighting setup here, and it's not helping because it's winter and it gets dark here early. And even though it's only like noon right now, I'm filming on a weekend, it doesn't matter because it just like everything's dark. So sorry about that. Until I get decent lighting, it's just something I have to deal with. I'm getting better than my previous videos though. Like some of the original ones, they were pretty dark. So sorry about that. Thanks for watching anyway. I appreciate it. But we are going to get this next one glued on here if it will cooperate. My hot glue gun's been glued in or plugged in for a while, so the glue is very hot and it's a high temp heat gun. Which I keep promising myself I'm gonna get a medium or low temp heat gun because I keep burning myself on it, but that never happens, let's be real. Unless it breaks and I have to buy a new one, I'm not going to. So we're just gonna deal with what we've got. Basically, holding it upside down helps me see if they're equidistant or not. I don't know why, but it's easier for me. I can kind of see finger distance in between versus up here where I had originally put it much further to the left. So I'm just gonna hope that it's cool enough to use my fingers. There we go. We put that down to dry and grab our next 2 glittery icicles. I almost called them snowflakes. Icicles to glue on. Just get our last 2 of the glittery ones on here really quickly, and then we can work on the last 2 of the non-glittery ones, and then we can go to the best part, and the best part is always trying it on and seeing how it looks, especially when it is a tiara-esque headband. I love tiaras, and anything or any occasion that I can do to make them or wear them, I am all about. My poor roommate, like sometimes she comes home and I'm just like chilling on the couch in a tiara, and she's just like, why? Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm watching Netflix and eating Cheetos. Like, what about this seems weird? But yeah, tiaras are fabulous, even if you don't have anywhere to wear them or any reason to wear them, like, you know, winning a beauty pageant or being royalty or whatever. You can always find a reason to wear a tiara. In this case, I'm thinking New Year's. So yeah, just be creative and you can find lots of reasons to wear them. Last glitter, icicle, lots of hot glue. Should have gotten my headband ready before I did that. There we go. Ooh, too much hot glue. Messed that one up. Okay. Just gonna put it all up and let it kind of wind its way around. And then we will stick the icicle to it. This one is actually probably the only one where I use the correct amount of hot glue that's going to be needed to keep it in place, but we will give it a try and see how it goes. And finally, the last 2 metallic icicles. Pop a little bit of hot glue. Taking off that tab was definitely a good call. Makes it so much easier to attach these because it's just a nice, not flat, but like thicker base to attach it to rather than trying to get it around a little tab and then build up the hot glue. I'm still probably going to reinforce these, even though now that they're dry, they're actually holding their weight really well and they're not at all wobbly. I will still likely reinforce them all. It would be not impossible, but like difficult if the tab was on there. So glad I didn't do that. Hold this one till it dries and we'll do the last one. Very last one, very last one. I'm acting like this took forever. This like took a couple minutes to do. Most of it was the drying time, as with all my crafts. Whether it's paint or glue, it's either E6000 or hot glue. Although like lately it's been more hot glue than E6000. Except ironically when I was making my hot glue gun holder, that I used E6000 for, but I just figured it was stronger, and I mean so far it's been working great. I have no regrets. I'm super impressed with it, and yeah, so It's that or paint or hot glue, whatever it is. Most of my crafts are taken up with the drying time, so it is what it is. Okay, we're done. This is it. Time to reinforce it. So basically what I'm doing is, it's not wobbly at all for the most part, but I feel like I could just like doop, knock them off really easily. So what I want to do is just go in. I'm going to start with the first one because it's the most dry. Get some little bracing beads of hot glue down the side and then just around the bottom. So it's a nice connection. It's not just glued to the top because the headband is very smooth metal. Hot glue can just rip right off that really easily. You need to give it like a full holstered base all the way around to hold it on. So just kind of create like a little socket for the icicle to be sitting in, and then bring it all the way around the tiara or the headband. And don't worry right now if you're getting hot glue beads everywhere, because I am. Those pull off super easily, and it's more important just to get everything kind of glued down and secured before it could possibly fall off and you have to start over again, because while it's not hard to make or particularly time consuming, it's never great to start over. Like, that's always just like the most demoralizing thing ever. So I'm using almost a full stick of hot glue just on reinforcing it, but I'm not making it super bulky. It's just kind of like, it's taking the amount of glue it's taking. Like, I'm not over bulking it, but I'm also not being super chintzy on it. So I don't know, can you see all those threads? So just kind of go in and pull. This gives you something to do while the hot glue is drying. You just pull away all the little spiderweb threads because we don't want those. Then you can see my hot glue is a little bit drippy. We'll just get rid of that. Pull it. Do it on all of them. You can kind of smush it around with your finger and kind of create this nice flat bead, but also bring it up to reinforce the sides a little bit as you do it. Here we go. That is everything. So I'm just going to pull off all of the little beads of hot glue, all of these little straggler spider web thingies, so it's nice and clean. This is how it turned out though. I'm gonna try it on. This is adorable. I can't wait to get this on my head. This is so cute. So this is what it looks like on. It's super cute. The gold metallic and the shimmer silver kind of look like different colors. You can't even see the hot glue in my hair. Like, my hair is like the slightest bit of volume, like you can't even call it volume, and it already hides it, so it's perfect. It's so lightweight. I love it. Honestly, unless I come up with something better, I will probably wear this to New Year's. It's like, makes me feel like the Ice Queen, like Warrior Queen. It's so cool. It's very festive. It's got that kind of like starburst pattern that you kind of want around New Year's. I don't know why, at least I do. I'm attracted to lights, stars, anything that looks kind of like this. Definitely want to wear it, but it's a little bit different than the one I wore last year. That one lit up so cool. Everyone kept trying to take it from me, but it had a little battery pack and I wore it under my hair, but it was kind of heavy and I could tell that it was there all night. I mean, it wasn't like bad. It didn't like drag my head down or anything, but like I was aware of it when you're like dancing or whatever, like things move. But yeah, this is super lightweight, very easy to wear, very easy to, you know, take off, put on. So yeah, I love it. This is awesome.